Hey everybody, I am back. I haven't made a video in a while. We have been moving, or I guess I could say we have moved about a month ago, and we sold our house. We're in a temporary apartment, so my office is still in boxes and scattered. And well, we bought another house and we're going to be moving again by the end of this week. But the hustle hasn't stopped. I've still been going to yard sales. I've still been managing my business. I just have to keep up on my inventory a little closer and just make sure where everything is. But as I said, I went yard selling this weekend. I spent $25 and I'm so excited to show you what I got. That $25 could possibly make me $798. That's right, $798 in potential profits that I have, and I'm going to show them to you right now. So it was a little disappointing this weekend. There really weren't very many yard sales around. I think it's because everything around where we live is on fire. I mean, literally, there are fires and evacuations to the south of us. There are more to the southwest of us, and there's some other evacuations and fires going a little bit further east of us. There's nothing north of us right now, so I guess it's not all around us, but it's pretty close. There's smoke everywhere, and maybe people just don't want to get out in it. They didn't want to have a yard sale. We are safe here. We live in town, and so the fire danger to us is very minimal because the other fires are out where the wooded communities, the farmlands, and those people. And I feel horrible for them. It's just been crazy, people getting their livestock out and finding other places for them to go. But so far so good. There hasn't been any major losses that I have heard of as of yet. But anyway, let's get right into what I have to show you. The first yard sale that I went to was very tiny, and a lot of times those tiny yard sales just don't look very promising because it had a lot of kids' toys and kids' clothes, and I don't have kids. I don't sell kids' clothes. I don't do a whole lot of toys. There's some of them out there that I do know about that are worth a little bit of money, and so I do stop and look. So when I walked up to this table, they had a whole bunch of Ziploc bags full of toys, and they were, if you can see them, I'll get them out a little bit closer, but there was 4 bags marked $2 a piece full of 90s, Play School, Little Tikes, all the little loving family figurines and families and toys and accessories that go with the loving family. And if you don't know the loving family, the Fisher-Price dollhouse, Little Tikes dollhouse, they had a whole bunch of different ones back in the 90s, and those things actually could bring in big money. And so when I saw all of these bags full of different various items for these dollhouses, it was a no-brainer to me. I bought them. And so they were $2 a piece, and I actually paid $5 for the lot. And I'm going to show you some of them. I'll show you some of the highlights. So first up is this cute little set right here. I have the cowboy, and he is a Fisher-Price. And also the cowgirl that goes with it. I don't know if they go together or not, but I put them together just because I think they make a cute couple. Anyway, they have been very well played with, as you can see on the feet here and on her boots here. Her boots have some scuffs. Other than that, a little bit, she must have fell down and scuffed the seat of her pants a little bit. There's some paint wear on her, on both of them, but they are really in good condition. The arms move quite well. They're not loose and floppy like some action figures can be. The heads turn. So they are in really nice shape. So in really good condition, they're selling for about $15 a piece. Since they have some scuffs on them, I went ahead and listed them for $18 or best offer, just to see what will happen on that, because they're not perfect. So next up in this lot, I had picked out this family. Now these are from Little Tikes, and I will show you up here. This is the Grand Mansion set. They have 2 separate Grand Mansion sets. One has a Caucasian family and the other one has an African American family. the African American family goes for more money than the white family does. I found one that was in perfect condition that sold for $58 for this set of 4 that you see right here. Mom, dad, and 2 children. And then there were some other ones that sold anywhere between $35 and up to that $58. So what I did, some of them didn't have all 4 at the lower price, and these have all 4, but like the others, there's also some scuffs in here. Like he's got a bald spot on the back of his head and a little scuff on his fanny there, and you know, each of them have a little bit of scuffing on them. Not major though. Like I said, all their arms and legs move, and they're very tight moving, and they're in great condition. There's no dog chews or anything like that on them. So anyway, I listed the African American family for $58, and then I also had the family in the Caucasian version. I'm looking down here because I have made some notes here to my sheet. Also had an extra baby to go with them. Normally I probably would have listed them around $39 or best offer, but since I had the extra baby, I'm going to try $45 and see what I can get from that. I have lots and lots of these dolls and babies, and I have a cat, I have furniture, just a whole bunch of them. I'm not going to go through each and every one of them because that will take forever, but I totaled them out, and if I were to sell everything that I have listed and all these dolls and action figures, I will get $329. That's right. I spent $5 on the lot, and I have a possibility of making $329. So I was so excited about that when I saw them. And I probably won't make that much. I'm going to take best offers because I normally do. If I don't, you're just going to sit on them forever. And you know, for $5, I have a lot of wiggle room in there. So at this same yard sale, I found these boots for $5. They're Justin boots. And guys, look at the soles on these. These boots look like they have never been walked in. I mean, there's a little tiny piece of gravel in there that I'm going to pick out. And the inside as well, they look like they've never, I don't know if you can see, they don't look like they've ever had anybody in them, but the outside looks a little distressed. I looked them up, and they actually come in a pre-distressed look. I guess that's what you'd want to call them. I almost thought maybe they were resoled because the soles are so nice. That could be that maybe they did, but they look like the original soles that come with the boots. I did all the research on these. These are a size 10 double E, so they're an extra wide. And if you sell shoes, you probably know that the wide version of shoes sell a lot better than just the average. They're harder to find. So these are a size 10 double E. And I looked up the comps on these, and I think I'm going to put these on for around $75 to $80. So actually, when I totaled these up, I don't think I included this in the $798 because I went through and I listed everything already, and I did not list the boots because I have to find the shoe polish, and I think it's in the storage unit still, and I'm not going to list them until I have them all shined up and looking just perfectly ready to go. So potentially I'm going to make a little over $800 from this weekend's haul. So I'm so excited about that. If you follow me on Instagram, I will post updates from time to time what has sold from this haul. So make sure, if you don't follow me on Instagram, check it out. I go by the same name, Hell's Canyon Hustle. So check it out and subscribe to that. And while you're talking, and since we're on the topic of subscribing, I would really appreciate it if you like this video and subscribe to my future videos. I'm going to be making a lot more once we get settled into the new place. I love to sell hats, all sorts of hats. I found this one, Out to Pasture. Yes, this would be a great hat for somebody who's getting older, maybe a milestone birthday. Still new with tags, so I guess the person who received this gift wasn't really all into it. I paid 75 cents, folks, for this hat. I still have the sticker right here. And I have this listed in my store for $20 right now because Well, it's just darn cool for one thing. It's got an AstroTurf bill with the animals glued on there, and it's made by Pony Express Creations. There's not another one like this online. I couldn't find a comp for it. I just thought $20 would be a fair price for it. So we'll see what happens on that. At the same sale, I picked up this vintage 80s Levi's light wash jacket. It's kind of hard to see here in the video because I don't have a whole lot of room to stand back and show things. But I did some research on this one. The tag inside, it says made in the USA, so you know it's vintage if it's still made in the United States. The number on there is a WPL 423. I can show you that tag if you can see that right there. Don't know if I can focus that in or not. I don't think that's going to show up. But it's in pretty good shape. I mean, the light wash is where it's supposed to be. And there's no rips or tears, except there is some fraying on the corner of the cuffs. It's some mild fraying. So it's slightly distressed. I think that will not deter anybody from buying this jacket. I have it listed currently in my store for $30, and this was part of my first yard sale that I went to, the one with all the toys and everything like that. So the next yard sale I went to, it was actually an estate sale, and it was kind of high price. They had a lot of antiques, a lot of vintage items, and they had it priced accordingly. There was a lot of prices up. They weren't out of line on prices, but as for a reseller like me, they were prices that I did not have any room to make any money off of. So I left most of the things that I saw there, except they had a bin full of pins, like that would go on your hat, and some charms and charm bracelets and sort like that. So I bought the whole bin for $5, and I found a lot of neat things in there. So these people were highly involved into some service organizations and fraternal organizations. They were members of the VFW. One of the things I found was this challenge coin that was put out for the Ladies Auxiliary. You can see that right there. On the back, it says, "We thank you for your service and pray for your continued safety." Still new in the package. Comps on these weren't really high, and keep in mind I only paid $5 for the whole box. I listed this at $10 with free shipping. Also, when I was in the same box, I found this charm bracelet, and it's for the Women of the Moose. I don't know if you're familiar with the Moose Lodge. Very social organization. They do a lot of charitable things as well. They're just really a fun group of people. They put on dances, and everything they do benefits local charities. Charm bracelet, I don't know how it's gonna do. There's a few of them listed. They don't have a huge sell-through rate. Some of them are better than others, of course, just with anything. I have this one listed at $35 or best offer. Definitely don't want to hang on to it. It's not going to sit long in my store, I don't think, because I will probably accept the best offer on that pretty quick. Along the same lines with the Order of the Moose, here is a velvet heart pin that you put your pins on. So it's a pin for your pins. These were quite popular. There's a lot of awards that you get and other service pins. This one has a 50 on it. I don't know if that's for like a 50-year celebration or what that is. Shows the Queen of the Moose, one crown on there, and just various others. Now, some of these pins you'll have to look for whenever you do, if you do run across them, because some of them are a little higher grade than others. Not like worth a lot of money, but let's say like all of these are just standard metal pins, but sometimes you can find the higher service awards in like 10 or 18 karat gold or something like that. None of these are gold, but the comps on these do pretty well. They go between $50 and $90. $90 would be probably closer to the ones that had some pins that had some gold in them. And so I listed this one at only $80 just because, well, not only $80, that's a little high, but this one had a few more pins than some of the others that say that we're selling for $60. $80 or best offer on this. And for the man of the moose here, they have these little clip-on, they look like neckties, and they display their pins on these. And just like the women's pins, there's can be some pins that have maybe a diamond in them, or they could have some gold in them. None of these fit that category. They're just service pins. But this doesn't do too badly, actually. I have it listed for $35. The tie alone I see can go for around $14, so I figured adding the pins in there, it might just double the value on it. I'm not going to go through, just like with the dolls, every pin and little piece that I got in this, but here's something that I'm kind of excited about. This little angel brooch, when I saw it in the box, I noticed it was signed. It had a name on the back, and I don't know if you can see it. It says, if I can get it, I don't even know if I have it upside down. I don't have my glasses on. It says Butler. So Butler is actually Butler and Wilson. They're not a high-end piece, but they are highly collectible. They sell for, on average, of around $40 a piece, and I have this one listed at $45 as well. Butler and Wilson started in the late 60s. They started selling antique costume jewelry out of London, England, I believe. It can be anywhere between whimsical and very classic. So they have all sorts of styles in there and all sorts of price ranges. Sometimes, like this case, you will see just Butler on the back of the pin, and it still is Wilson and Butler. And as I was looking, and I have to research this a little more here. Let me see. One thing I noticed, though, some of their pieces that I saw online were the exact pieces that I saw that were Avon pieces down the way. So I don't know if maybe Avon collaborates, or maybe they just kind of take their style. For instance, I saw a Christmas tree pin that was listed for sale, and it was a Butler and Wilson pin, but I have the exact same pin, only on the back of mine it says Avon. So kind of crazy. I don't know. I didn't have time to research that a little more. Maybe you will if it's something that interests you about jewelry and stuff like that. I have a few other pins out of this haul that I have listed for anywhere between $10 and $15 a piece, and then I have a lot that I also put together of pins that say the hold on one second here. What do they say on them? I'll just pull one out. Tradition of Caring, and I have a lot of 16 of those still new in the package, and I thought, you know, I just tried to sell them for $10. I don't even know how many pieces of those dolls and the doll furnitures that I have. I went through and I listed them all. I didn't really count, but $798 is what I have listed right now, and then if I add the boots on there later on, obviously I'm going to be way over $800. So anyway, that is it. I am going to be moving later on this week again, so I'm hoping that I can still keep up with my eBay store. I may have to put it on vacation mode for a few days. I'm really excited about the move. I have a wonderful office that I am going to decorate, and I will definitely do a video tour. So if you're curious about other people's offices, I will be showing mine. Just subscribe and get the alerts, and then you'll see whenever I post a new video, and hopefully that won't take too long. I still have to buy some furniture for it and get it set up. I'm looking forward to sharing more videos with you. I shop places such as thrift stores, I go to garage sales, estate sales. People that I know that I resell things, and sometimes they just call me up when they have a tip on something. And I will be sharing further things with you. And until then, I will see you. Bye-bye.